We're here with Director of Track and Field, Jamison Dietrich, ahead of the PSAC Championship meet. Coach, this is kind of what you trained for all year as you've gone through your outdoor season. Kind of what's the mentality of the team, and how do you feel going into PSAC Championships?
Yeah, we're excited. Like you said, it's what we've been working for this whole year, especially guys too, with not having an indoor championship. This is the big one for us for sure. So yeah, team's excited. It's nice that it's at Slippery Rock this year. It's very easy to get to. Even a lot of our kids that didn't qualify are going to come down to watch. So I think it'll feel a little bit more close to home. So I think everyone's a little excited to have family there and a lot of friends and just some good support.
With the championship being at Slippery Rock, I mean, you've been to Slippery Rock now
Mm-hmm.
several times. You know the facility and everything really well. Was that kind of by design this year with scheduling, or was it just kind of a nice thing that there were opportunities for you to be at the championship site?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we usually like to get to a championship site earlier in the year. With Slip, it's just easy because we're right there, right? So it's only an hour away. So like you said, we've been there quite a few times now. This will be our fourth time competing there. So it's good. We're really familiar with the pits, the throws rings, everything like that. So I think that certainly helps when we get to a championship meet.
So you mentioned, the men. This is their one track championship
Mm-hmm.
season without an indoor season. So let's kind of start with them and kind of preview
Mm-hmm.
what they have going on. We've got six individuals competing and then a relay group. Talk a little bit about those individuals that are competing on the men's side and kind of what we can expect from them.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're like you said, we have I think 7 total guys competing, just with relays included. So definitely a little better than last year, which is nice. We're getting there slowly. Um, yeah, so Connor Munson will start us off tomorrow in the multi on Thursday. So we're looking for big things out of Connor in the multi. That'll probably be one of the most competitive events of conference. Actually, there'll probably be about 6 guys that hit a Provo time or Provo mark for nationals. So it'll be really hard to place well there, but we're hoping he can place quite high and maybe sneak into nationals as well. So that'll be a big one on Thursday. And then on Friday, we'll have Hayden will be running 110 hurdles. We'll have Landon. He'll be throwing discus on Friday. Now it's the final, so hopefully we can have some sneak into some placing there. We'll have a couple guys in some prelims. So Avon Roos will be in the 400 prelim. 2 freshman guys, Ethan Kazada and Avon Vargas, we're both running the 800 prelim. What else am I missing here? I think we'll have Garrett Bartlebaugh will also be running on the 4x4. That should be about it, I
And then
think.
Landon made it the shot as
Yeah, and
well.
then Landon will be competing in shot as well on Saturday.
So switching over and looking at the women's side, again, as kind of has historically been the case, your
Mm-hmm.
distance group on the women's side is making up a pretty nice chunk
Mm-hmm.
of your qualifiers, a pretty substantial group overall. Um, what is it about the distance program that's kind of continued to roll? And then can you talk about some of those athletes that are competing in some of those distance events first?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Of course, our distance group, we're hoping to do some pretty big things here. We got a couple that are just having some slight injuries, so I think we'll be just fine for conference. We've been doing this stuff the last month or so. But we have girls in every single distance event, so should be kind of a good group overall. Kind of going from short to long. We got Eliza Miller in the 800. She's been dropping multiple seconds every time she's raced this year, so hopefully she can place relatively high in that. Katie Bowers in the 1500. So she's been coming off of indoor season where she was second in the mile. So kind of same thing during the 15. Hopefully we can place pretty high there. And that's all she's doing. So she's not trying to double or anything. Just run the 15 as best you can. Then Katie Slimman on Friday night will be running the steeplechase. And she was fourth last year. All 4 of those top girls returned this year. So they'll be pretty fast again, I'm sure. And then 2 girls in the 10K, Josie Wilson and Lexi Trax. They'll be on Thursday night. Kate Zepp's running the 5K, along with Katie Slimmon's also running the 5K too. So should have some good showings overall.
One of the runners for the women's team is kind of at the top. Burns Akina has been,
Mm-hmm.
really, really strong. She's running the 400. What kind of expectation do you have for Burn as she runs the 400, kind of
Yeah,
at the top end of the conference times?
yeah. With Byrne, I think she's certainly coming off of a disappointing end of indoor season. I mean, she didn't make the final of the 400 indoors with winning it the year prior. And so indoors, she ran both the 2 and the 4. So she had prelims for both. And come outdoors this year, we're just doing the 400. I think she's been pretty hungry to have some good success there. I mean, she's broke the school record multiple times now in the 400. And she's the fastest time by over a full second in the 400 now come outdoors. So she's looking just at that 400 trying to win it, maybe dip under 55 even. So we're definitely expecting some good stuff out of Barron.
And then some other qualifiers you have Mackenzie Houston in the 400 hurdles, Madison Dorn in the long jump, and then Anna Elder throwing both the discus and the hammer.
Yep.
Can you just kind of talk about that group and what they have ahead
Yeah.
of them this weekend?
Yeah. So we'll have Mackenzie Houston in the 400 hurdles, and she's improved a lot over the last this whole season. So hopefully she can kind of keep that on a roll and drop a few seconds or a second would be great. Maddie Dorn just had a really good long jump competition at Shippensburg 2 weeks ago. She had a big PR, so we're hopefully can have her place. She was not at outdoor conference last year, so we're just excited she's there in the spot to potentially score some points for us. And then Anna in the hammer. I mean, she's broken the school record multiple times also in the hammer, and so she's ranked fifth. But I think she can do a little bit better potentially. So that'll be also on Thursday. Will be hammer, so it gets to kind of start us off well there.
And then we talked about this one a little off camera. I just found this one really interesting. You have, Madeline Newark, who's going to run the multi, but then she's also in the 100-meter hurdles prelims, so she might have the opportunity to run the 100-meter hurdles 3 different times.
Yeah.
How can she use her multi run through that to try and prepare herself for heat and possibly advancing to the finals? And then what do you expect from her in the multi in general?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of unique being able to run 100 hurdles 3 times in one meet. Hopefully 3 times if she makes the final. And it's very different setup, right? With the multi, she's one of the best hurdlers. She won the 60 hurdles indoors during the multi. And then come the actual hurdles, she's not the best hurdler, right? And so it's a little different. Probably maybe a bit less pressure in the multi, where she's probably just feels more confident. But a hurdle race is just a rhythm race, right? You need reps. So it's good to get multiple attempts at it, I think. Kind of builds towards the end, hopefully. So hopefully 3 races would be great. We'd be happy with that. But the multi itself, of course, she's coming off of an indoor season where she broke our school record and won conference as well. And she's done 1 multi outdoors this year, early season, and was still #1 in the conference. So certainly we're hoping she wins conference again. Maybe can get close to a school record with her multi too. So should be good.
What's a successful weekend look like for you at conference, for both sides, men and women?
Yeah, so it's with the women. Hopefully, we bring home some conference titles, some individual titles. We certainly think Barron and Madeline can both get that done, and then some all-conference girls as well would be fantastic. With the men, we're looking to Connor to do something in the deck that we haven't really had happen here in a while. Historically, we've had great decathletes, but recently haven't had any. So it's good to kind of bring some of that history back. We'd be pretty happy with. And we have a lot of people that this is their first conference meet, a lot of young guys, and so hopefully just build on some of these experiences and get a feel for what it's like to run prelims and hopefully sneak into a final and just build for next year too.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.